Welcome back to No Stress Job Scheduling. I'm Jared Dahl, manager of the Skybot development team, and today we're going to talk about one of the best reasons, or some of the best reasons, why you should use a web browser for your user interface. Three things we're going to talk about: things you don't have to do, things you get to do, and then really selfish reasons why I like developing a web-based user interface. So let's start out talking about things you don't have to do. The first and very most important thing that you don't have to do when you have a web browser user interface is constantly go around and install and update the software on all of the users' PCs. You're just updating the server, okay? The second thing you don't have to do is verify that the software is compatible with every piece of hardware and every operating system and every desktop manager that you're using throughout your company. If it has a browser, the software is going to work. The third, and this is also pretty important, you don't have to worry about compatibility between different versions of the software. A lot of times with a GUI, you're going to have version 2 of the GUI and version 3 of the server, and they're not going to necessarily work together. So you have, like we said in that first step, you'd have to get around and install and update everything. Fourth thing, you don't have to transfer your settings from one system to another. And say you've got it set up on your home computer as well. There are no files to transfer. You just log in and everything's there. And then the last piece, you generally aren't going to have to configure firewalls, because a lot of times those firewalls come and the ports that you're going to be using with a web browser are going to be open by default. Okay, next we're going to talk about things you get to do. This is good stuff. You can bookmark pages, so if you find a particular group of settings or a particular tag that's important to you, you can just bookmark that and then have a quick way to jump right back to it. Second thing you can do, if say you're working with someone, they're having some trouble finding a particular job that you were having trouble with, you can just grab a link right out of your browser and send it to them. They're going to be able to get right to that link and find that job. A third thing, you can open multiple tabs, and I find this really nice. You can have your job history on this screen. You can be looking at the editing of the job, of the batch job right here. And then over here you can have kind of a forecast of what's up and coming. The next thing that's really important is you only have to back up your data in one place. You do that at the server. You're not doing that at various users' desktops. And then a really good one, this is very popular now, you can look at it on your phone or your tablet. All right, now the last reason. These are my selfish reasons why I want to put a web browser interface onto a product. The first one, it's a lot easier for me to find staff. Things that are coded up in GUIs often require a special set of skills, either buried deep down in .NET or down in Java. And it's just a little easier to find people who have experience in JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. Second, testing. And what's really nice about testing is that you can do a lot of automated testing going directly at the URLs of a web-based product, and that really helps a lot of things. Third, web services become a natural add-on when you already have a web server there running. So what's really nice about this is, as businesses become more attuned to the whole services-oriented architecture, web services become more and more important, and you've got a natural kind of starting point for all of that right out of the bat if you're using a web server. The next thing, HTML and CSS layout. I'm not going to say it's easy, but compared to some of the GUI layout managers that I've worked with, it is a lot better. And then ease of use. Everybody pretty much that's using a computer knows how to use an app that's written in a web browser. It's not very hard to find your way around, to navigate, to move forward and backward throughout the app. It's just really simple, and it's quite nice. So let's wrap up here. We've got some things that you don't want to do that are really going to be time consuming, that are going to eat up your IT staff's time. There are things that you want to do that you just really can't do in a GUI app. And then there are a lot of selfish reasons that allow me to produce the software faster and get new features and new versions out to the customers at a better pace. All right, that's it for this time. So I guess we'll see you next time. Thank you.
I'll take that.
Rock and roll.
Loved it.
All right.
Muy bien.